figuring it out here
No.
slowly.
Oh, there we go. That's better. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Into the drafting screen we go. A lot of tier ones here going on for both sides. It looks like DutchDefender and Dawgo going for their usual strategies here, while Mermok and Xiniu seeing if they go for the complementation once again here. Although it looks like they're going to double up on the squirrel count.
Yeah, I'd like to see some lore commander picks, right? Wouldn't it be like Bellified and Hopper versus Archimedes and Quartermaster? Wouldn't you think?
That's I think that's what it was a while ago. It was always that form, but it's changed now. You can choose. You can actually choose. I think when you're allowed to choose your team, it didn't really matter anymore.
Look at this, Mermok taking the Wing Demons.
Yes, so we do have the Falcons, the best late game unit in the game, I believe. However, early game, a little bit scary to use, so we're going to have to wait and see what timing Mermok decides to go with it. We are going to see the immediate four farm warrant coming from Dawgo. Like, he does not want to deal with moles.
Yeah,
like,
that's a
no
good
sorry.
So do you think that puts you in too bad of a spot if the enemy doesn't rush, or would you consider that pretty safe against a safe opening in general?
It just has to do with how you scout. Like, do you scout your opponent doing that? For example, do you scout that Dutch is going for 2 moles while Dawgo is going for the Lizard Rush Warren? That's 1 farm down. Can you get a second farm down for the value? That is the second farm down. Here comes the Lizard as backup here. Oh, that mine though. Great mine placement, but that's going to be a 3rd farm down. There it is.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of damage there. How many moles were lost? Let's see.
About 2 moles.
Yeah, big economic lead for DutchDefender now. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But meanwhile, Xiniu is not in a bad shape either. Unfortunately, Mermok took a little bit of damage. He's got no Warrens. He's only got a few farms. And we're going to have to see if DutchDefender and Dawgo push the issue or if they let the mid-game kind of approach. But Dawgo coming in with some Lizards here.
Well, here we go. Once again, into the attack we go. This time we have a greater number of lizards here. He's going to go straight for the units here. He has the lizard numbers. He's going to rush their way through and just kill off those squirrels. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do anything much about that.
And again, Dawgo coming in, knocking out a few farms, getting out of there with some lizards. Beautiful stuff.
And this is allowing Dutch just go full-on farms for himself. Because of the amount of pressure Dawgo is putting on his opponent, even snipe out the mine that was trying to build there, not building fast enough.
Yeah, I love all these squirrels.
Oh my gosh, he's sniping out the pigs more. 1 farm going to be taken off on the side from Dutch. He's going to be able to take out the 2nd farm. If he takes 1 more, that's a starvation timer for Mermok. And this early in the game, that's devastating for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like to me the damage has been done to Mermok. It's going to be very hard for him and Xiniu to come back here. It's really going to be Xiniu putting his team on the back. Once he gets those frogs out, maybe trying to go in and all in on one of these players. What do you think? How do you come back if you're Xiniu and Mermok here?
You just got to make sure your other player is able to defend well. And Xiniu has the right response. He's going straight into the Toad Warrens right now. They know they need the units up. They need to act fast, though. And Dutch, what a cheeky little guy, is still just attacking with 3 lizards. And
hey, man.
Mermok is like, I'm going to put my squirrels here, because screw you. Go away, please. So, not much Dutch can do with his only 3 lizards. His 4th one now finally coming out, but it's going to take some time. And with that, it just allows Dawgo and Dutch to just pull on ahead in the economy. Both of them already at 8 farms, and nothing that Xiniu and Mermok can do about it. Mermok is at 3 farms. He has to sell all of his warrens in order to get some food. That is just the saddest thing.
I don't even know what you're supposed to do here as Xiniu and Mermok. Do you build a couple turrets and try to stabilize?
Pray the toads kill every single last of those lizards. You pray
Here
hard.
We go.
But it looks like they're going to back out for the time being. They do not want to lose any unnecessary losses here. They're going to back out, and that's actually very good for Mermok.
Yeah,
and
I was
Xiniu,
about to say. Favorable for their team for sure. It's little things like that, slowly getting 20 food back here and there that are going to help them scrape back into this game.
But then, when you invest into 5 warrens and squirrels behind your lizards, that's a little scary for the opposing team, who has no units.
Yeah, Dawgo's getting a very well-rounded composition coming out. And meanwhile, Dutch going up to the snake, going up to the wolf. They're feeling very comfortable, and they can kind of do whatever they want. So it's really up to Xiniu and Mermok to get something together here.
Xiniu has to be the best goalie in the game right now. He has to stop every single ball from coming into that goal. And the toads are the right answer, to be very honest, just because of how much their composition relies on the lizards here. But very soon, that's gonna change very quickly, especially when that wolf comes out, we're also going to see the two snakes come out, two more on their way. That wolf, unfortunately, a little bit of supply blocked.
Yeah, I think what Xiniu and Mermok have to do here is play the waiting game. Because the longer it goes on, the more it should stabilize, especially if they can get an expansion up. But it's going to be very hard. If Dutch and Dawgo keep up with their scouting information, they should understand the way that Xiniu and Mermok can get back into this is to get in expansions. And they simply should not allow them to do that.
But this is just a very tense situation. All the money that Mermok has that isn't going to farms is just going straight into mines. He is playing very defensively right now because he has to. And Xiniu just stocking up as much AoE clear as he can possible because all he sees are a bunch of tier 1s. So if he gets some tier 1 clears, that should solve everything. Oh no, but the first mine is going to go off. They know the minefield is around here for a little bit, so they're going to back off for the time being. Dawgo going to carefully make his way through. He is a little bit supply blocked on his fox. That's in the background there, but he does have a large force of squirrels, sold off all of his lizards. And here come the toads! Was this the miracle they were looking for? Oh, the wolf! Oh, the wolf snakes coming out from the sidelines. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Oh, those units are dying so quickly now. Snake poison. Look at the snakes! They're like rapid fire machine gun poison.
Right. Yeah,
you can't do anything.
Yeah, they really couldn't let Dawgo just maintain that high ground, right? Like he just walked right up to that high ground, no big deal. If the frogs were in position up there, they could have been a little less. But unfortunately, Mermok just took too much damage in the early game, right? I mean, he almost should have tapped out, but this is a competitive tournament. We are getting to the longer stage of the brackets, so he's just saying if there's any way for me to come back into this game, we're going to give it a shot. But it was definitely a long shot, so we'll have to see if this is a little more even of a next game and see how the early games play out. Hopefully nobody gets really crippled too early on.
Just the idea of having to face up against machine gun snakes, just like, no, you win. You got the machine gun snakes. I'm out. You're good. You got it. You got me.
So whoever wins this match is going to go up against Last Minute Squared, which is DJ and Sky.
Best of 5 in that match. This is only a best of 3, so Mermok and Xiniu in a little bit of trouble. These upstarts here, man, disrupting the order.
Yeah, they need to be really on point to scout against the moles. And am I seeing this right? Are they? Yeah, and they're not even taking moles, which to me feels really risky. I think they are taking
a lot of structures. Cheap structures. They got mines, barbed wire, and machine gun nests. So that's a pretty good defense against early mole rush if they have good positions.
This barbed wire strategy is going to be because this is the clutch game, right? Like they cannot lose this match or they're out of the tournament, and they decide to go for the barbed wire. So
I would assume that they want to go for a turtle strategy if possible to bring up their economy because like you want to go for that economy to get your units up. It's a very good way to do so. So you naturally turn to turtling. But
yeah, but unfortunately for them, their spawning positions are a little too far apart to successfully turtle, right? Because in a 2v2, ideally those defensive structures you invest in could possibly defend not only you but your ally as well. And I don't think that's going to happen here.
That patch of water is such a pain to Mermok.
Oh yeah.
Why is it here? Why
fishing
here?
Yeah, that's rough. They're going to really have to secure that high ground right in front of them and hopefully never let the engagements get right up on Mermok's base, or it's going to be very difficult for Xiniu's units to quickly get over there with that water.
On the other hand, Dutch and Dawgo have some very interesting positions themselves here. They have up against high ground, so they have to make sure they're able to rush out fast, get the expansions out, or just defend this hill. Because if Mermok and Xiniu take it over, that's game.
Yeah, I love maps like this where you have a big mid position, mid map high ground that is really gonna dictate the whole tempo of this game, right? Whoever controls that middle game controls the whole map. So really interested to see when the players are going to start making those pushes to really get that zone set up and get that map positioning in their favor.
Do we get some gentleman's agreement here again? Both sides going for the 7th farm. No, there's no rush. There's no attack on anything. Both sides just taking it easy.
Best money map ever. Let's go.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Final destination, no items, Fox only.
Hey, I'd be down for that game, man. Maybe we got to queue that up after this.
Here we go, though. Both sides just getting their early units out. Xiniu already responding with the toads after seeing the lizards coming out from the side of Dutch Defender. And Mermok placing down the first barbed wire.
it's kind of interesting. I really like the squirrel toad selection. I think that's a really smart play. If you're laddering, you know, and you're wondering maybe what kind of deck I should use, I feel like if you go squirrel toad, pigeon, you're pretty safe.
Squirrel toad, pretty common. I also think that barbed wire was sold off.
Yeah, he's not quite ready. I'd like to see him take that natural expansion up on the hill and then split that middle position with a little bit of barbed wire.
Oh, here we go. A bit of early skirmish here. Dawgo on the high ground, but he doesn't have enough units. But DutchDefender coming in for the background, taking out the rest of Mermok's squirrels. The lizard not coming out fast enough, but here come the toes from Xiniu here, trying to get their explosions off. They actually kill off the lizard before the explosions even go off, so the toes just go back like, that's fine.
Look at Dutch and Dawgo abusing how much faster lizards are than squirrels. I mean, Xiniu's just running around all over the place trying to catch up.
I mean, you don't chase in this case. You just have to keep taking advantage with your positioning here. Mermok, though, where are you going with your units? He wants to go on the attack right now. He's actually going to try to... Oh, Dawgo's going for the mill tanky here. Mermok's in a lot of trouble here. He has no units to pull out anymore. Everything's gone. What a disaster this has become for him. Xiniu now trying to go in for the counterattack here, but all his toads got shut down by the sheer number of squirrels that Dawgo has. He immediately sold off his lizards and went straight for squirrel.
Yeah,
what a tech switch.
Why he had to do that, because Dawgo getting that forward expand is going to be too good for the zone. But unfortunately, it looks like Dawgo and Dutch took it when Mermok and Xiniu were a little split up, right? And I think that happened a couple times, so that's kind of unfortunate for them.
Well, chances of Mermok and Xiniu moving up has gone down just a little bit here.
Well, they're not dead yet, right?
They have a skunk. They have a skunk coming out. Their opponents are largely tier 1s. This is a pretty good skunk though. Although there are a lot of pigeons that they have to worry about. Why is that skunk so far out in front? Why? What? Well, there was a skunk.
No bueno, my man.
Well, I think this is pretty much good as game. They're going to try to do some mill tanking, not fast enough though with it though, and all their units getting chunked down until it's ineffective against these squirrels. There's nothing they can do there. That's game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think this whole game came down to Dutch and Dawgo's first attack on a Mermok, and since Xiniu went for early squirrels, the squirrels just took so long to get over there. Mermok's army was already